Jockeying heats up in bidding for 2024 Democratic Convention. When Mayor Eric Adams of New York runs into White House officials, promoting his city to host the Democratic National Convention is often among his top 3 agenda items. When Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois rode with President Biden in his motorcade last spring, he pressed the case for Chicago's convention bid. And days before Mr. Biden landed in Atlanta this month, Mayor Andre Dickens was likewise plotting his pitch to the president. The battle over where Democrats should host their presidential convention in 2024 has been unfolding for months in some of the country's largest Democratic-run cities. It is at once an opaque insider's game and a spirited debate over Democratic messaging and symbolism, shaped by regional rivalries, whispered disparagement of competitors and high-powered public jockeying. There's sort of a baseline of stuff that matters, said Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey, a former Democratic National Committee finance chair, pointing to issues like security and hotel capacity. You then sort of step back and you ask yourself, does this city fit who we are as a party? Atlanta, Chicago and New York remain in contention and have advanced toward the endgame of the process, hashing out potential nuts and bolts terms with the DNC, according to 2 people with direct knowledge of the bidding process. Of those 3 cities, Atlanta and Chicago have often been seen as leading contenders, but in many ways, the final decision will be a matter of Mr. Biden's preference. Atlanta is the only one of those cities to be located in a presidential battleground state. Houston, which also submitted a bid, is no longer being considered, a DNC official confirmed. Mayor Sylvester Turner also said in an interview on Thursday that he had been informed that his city was out of the running. For the 2020 Democratic Convention, the host city was announced in March 2019, and Democrats involved expect a similar spring time frame this year, but caution the process is unpredictable. Mr. Biden, 80, has said he intends to run again, but he has yet to officially announce a re-election campaign. If he is again his party's standard-bearer, the convention would be his first real one as a presidential nominee. The 2020 event was a nearly entirely virtual affair, after the coronavirus outbreak forced the cancellation of major in-person appearances in Milwaukee. Eyeing the next convention, boosters for various cities are building alliances with governors, senators, mayors and business leaders from their regions as they press their cases to Democratic officials and to the public. Midwestern Democrats know how to win big and get things done, said Governor Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan, endorsing the bid from nearby Illinois. My heart's with New York, Mr. Murphy said. It's got all the infrastructure that the party needs. It's historically a bastion of Democratic support. The Democratic Party's future on a national level is tied to success in the South, declared former Senator Doug Jones of Alabama, who is working to secure support for Atlanta from other Southern officials. Georgia undeniably holds political significance for Mr. Biden. The state, once reliably Republican, flipped for him in 2020, and then cemented the Democratic Senate majority. As the cradle of the civil rights movement, Georgia's place in history and our national story ideally suit the Peach State to host the convention, said John Ossoff, one of Georgia's 2 Democratic senators. Reflecting Mr. Biden's preferences, a key committee at the DNC has recommended that Georgia host an early presidential